This is only a test.
Welcome back to the Black Dad Podcast, man. It's been a while, but nonetheless, we here, man, and we gonna get to it, man. That break was well needed. I ain't gonna lie, man. We needed
Yeah.
that break to kind of like get our bearings aligned so that, you know what I mean, things can go. And life's so crazy, bro. You never really get it all together, but you know what I mean? We manage, man. But glad to have you back, man. I'm excited for today's episode, man. How you doing today?
I'm all right, man. How was your weekly check-in? How was your week so far, man? Well, everything with the kids and family.
Oh, this week was a lot more calmer than last week. Last week, was Kobe's birthday last week, and we did a birthday party for Kobe. Invited the family. We had about a 30-person turnout, which I didn't expect that many people, but it was good, and that's kind of like the mood we were in. His birthday was on the 26th, which was Thursday. Then we had the party last Saturday. But that kind of like that energy kind of like took over everything. So I kind of like just been getting back this week with everything. Even, you heard me talking to my daughter, just being more aware of that type of stuff, like her behavior, and just trying to make sure she prepped and ready to get ready for kindergarten. But this week was a lot more normal, I would say, than last week. You feel me? Despite the only thing was I had the technical difficulties with the upload, but we figured it out. Episode 6 up and rolling right now on YouTube. So other than that, man, it was a pretty easy going regular week for me. You know what I mean? How about you? How was it for you?
Man, well, I was on vacation this week, and then 2 of my kids were in Florida with their mom, so I was like really on vacation. I ain't had to go do nothing, so that was a joy. It was a blessing, man. Really was just missing them a lot. That's probably my biggest thing, but I took this time to kind of just focus, man. I read Wallow's book. It was really good, man. I'm probably like 1 chapter, and then I'll be done. And I'm gonna try to start like 1 book every week now, since I'll be able to do that since it's off week. That was really kind of my thing, just relaxing, getting back mindset wise. So it was a good week. Then I got my daughter out here with me now, cooking some food on the grill. So just laying back, chilling. Still got another extra day off of work.
Just relaxing. Man, that grilling though. Grilling is therapeutic in itself, man. I really enjoy it. So that's always a good vibe, especially when you got the family around you and everything. So that's what's up.
Yeah, how you feel about grilling? Do your girl bother you when you grilling? Like try to tell you?
Nah, man.
My girl be a little annoying when it comes when I be grilling. Like, baby, you should do this. Like, goddamn, let a nigga work the grill, baby. Goddamn.
Nah, Jazz pretty much, she let me do my thing with that, and she normally does like the seasoning and like with season the chicken, any other stuff, the beef or whatever, and she'll make the salads and stuff like that. But as far as the grill, I be wanting her to come out there with me and shit, but she don't play. She leave me to myself when I get the grilling.
I need somebody like that. My girl, she be wanting. Don't you want to flip? Don't you want to check it? You might want to put these back on. Like, god dang.
Yeah. No, but Jazz pretty cool when it come to that. She pretty good when it come to that.
Well, the main topic we have for today, and thank everybody for subscribing, for sharing. We definitely plan on trying to get a live episode going.
Yes, sir.
Next few weeks, I'm doing on Facebook. But we appreciate everybody that's tapping in, watching, subscribing. We really appreciate it. But our main topic today was the do's and don'ts of co-parenting. What do you feel are needed to have a good, cohesive co-parenting relationship and for the sanctity of the children?
I'm gonna say, well, first, respect. You know what I mean? If in most situations when you aren't with the parent, in most situations, not all, but in most situations, it's probably because something took place and somebody got done wrong, feelings got hurt, and we just haven't figured out a way. In most situations, a way to continue on hasn't been found yet. So I'm gonna say respect, because I'm, from my personal experiences, just not for me, it's just is that's the basics of it. Respect. I don't expect for like things to be done perfectly every time, but I think that respect should be in order from both sides. Even when it come to me and dealing with them, respect should be in order because again, and then if you make it hard on your daughter's mother or your son's mother, then I can only imagine that's going to affect your relationship with your child. You feel me? So I
Naturally.
think having respect despite anything that's going on in the past, having that in order. When so this is another thing for me, but it's going to go into like respect. If we not together no more, more than likely you'll move on. More than likely I'll move on. So even having respect for when it comes to our significant others, having our significant others kind of like understand and handle the situation accordingly because it's a situation that we'll have to deal with to the end of time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In some cases, our significant others are temporary. You follow me? But even if they're permanent, that's even more of a reason to have the respect and order. So I would say like respect for me is going to always boil down to respect for me. What about you?
Do's and don'ts definitely respect. I always say comparing notes. Like I think we said it before, like the last episode, just trying to saying like being on a cohesive unit. If we're in two different households, these kids are being raised two different ways. It's going to be some conflict in the end. So if we can kind of get on one page in regards to that, that's definitely a do or don't. No physical contact, no relations. After
Mm-hmm.
we done. That's how Bella got here. So how
Mm-hmm.
she spent the block, came back,
The block
and
is
no,
crazy.
and ended up with two. So no,
Word.
once we've done, let's just co-parent. Let's just leave the physicalness out of it. Let's just take care of the kid. So no, I definitely I enjoy my co-parents relationship with my kid's mom. Like it's times where we've gone to. I've met her down Disney World. We take our kids down there. She there with her family. I stay in a whole hotel by
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Meet up for birthday part. When I was celebrating birthdays, things of that nature. It's that's to have that cohesive unit is so great for kids. I think for the I think I don't have no picture with my mother and my father together. Like not one picture with me
Mm.
and my mom and dad together. Like
Mm.
is it cool that our kids can say that? Like shouldn't we aim to want to give that to our kids despite whatever things have going on in a relationship? Shouldn't we want to still have that memory for our kids? Picture with mom and dad or mom and dad be able to talk nicely to each other. So I just think that respect and kindness to each other, even if just cordialness, like if you don't even like it, just be cordial in front of the kids.
I agree, man. You ain't you knocked that one out the park, man. I think it's very important to handle each other with care and respect in the presence of our children. But again, like I
Yeah,
said, in a lot of situations, things have transpired. So not everybody like it's not easy to just for some people to just get over those things. So now we carrying it in to our co-parenting. You
yeah,
follow me? Whereas like we should be able to separate the two. But those are the things that we don't think about before having the children. Again, like I said in one of the earlier episodes, like the children are here. So what do we, it's like it was easier before, to
yeah.
communicate and connect with you was a lot easier. Now that the child here is just like terrible. It's like damn near impossible. You know what I mean? So
No
I think
connection.
I think building a strong enough connection uh as far as being parents is concerned, and even like you said, having those boundaries, having those stipulations, whereas though we not getting too like that's another thing we talked about in the earlier episode, just not getting too crazy to whereas though now we making it hard on ourselves and then in turn it makes it hard on the children. So that's a good joint. That's a dope joint, like being able to co-parent and to that degree
Yeah,
with your child's mother or father, whereas though y'all could come together on birthdays and the child ain't gotta grow up. Because I would say this too, right? I would say like eventually the idea of you guys not being together is going to be heavy enough because that's a real
yeah,
even though it might be their reality, they'll get to a certain point where they like, dang, like, well, what happened? They'll start questioning, like, dang, what happened between mom and dad? Why weren't they together? But at least if you could give them the, like you said, the collectiveness, the cohesiveness as far as co-parenting is concerned, it'll kind of like it might not take away those questions, right? But it might take away some of the like the hurt or the confusion that may
Yeah.
come with, like, having that understanding for themselves. So I think it's a great way to go. I don't have it, right, but I aspire that everything that we talked about right here, I aspire that for my children. Even I'm not being with their moms. I aspire to have a respectful enough connection to where as though we can raise these children and we not taking the communication to a whole nother place where it's like, yo, how do we even end up here? Why how do we even end up here? So it's tough though. It's tough. Like, I mean, I'm glad to know that it is possible.
Definitely, man. I appreciate the mindset and the thoughtfulness, because if for us to all as parents, that we can get to that cohesiveness to we're co-parenting on one level, we may not be friends, but we can all get together and talk to the kids. A picture, graduation, proms. Like, I think that allows for so much better, because you never know. At the end of the day, y'all, we always say we separated from these kids or the parents after 18. No, that eventually those kids have kids to themselves. Then we're
Mm-hmm.
grandparents together. We're not just parents. Now we're grandparents. We mom and pop. So this is a lifelong relationships, and it's just we until we can get it together in the right way, we won't be successful as a people. But
I agree, man. I agree.
But no, to my one of my favorite segments, you can get with this or you can get with that. Actually, I only had one, but I could maybe think of another. It was really a big thing right now on social media. Nelly and Ashanti has a new show called We Belong Together. Nelly and Ashanti, they got together back in, I believe, in the 2000s. Separated and just got back together, had a baby, they're now married. Nelly is basically saying that the baby is 95% Ashanti's responsibility until that baby can walk or talk. I've had big conversations with people online about this, saying they can't believe how can a man, do this. Can you get with this, or can't get with that? Do you feel like that baby should be responsibility split up half and half, or do you
Mm-hmm.
feel as though that could be mostly on mom?
I think whatever works best for them. However, I do understand him because in my earlier years, that was me. I wasn't the most helpful when my children were like that age where they weren't walking or talking or able to kind of like do things where I could kind of like direct them. So I
Yes.
understand that mentality, right? However, I think it depends on the couple. That may work for them, right? I will also say, like, like if we just talking about like a one track mind situation and we aren't considering the entire circumstances of the entire situation, where it's like, yo, this is how I am, and I'm always going to be this way, and I don't plan on changing it, and
Yeah.
it affects your partner, and you don't put no effort into like trying to like adjust it, then that's problematic. You follow me? But if that's something that works for Ashanti and Nelly, then yeah, I could get with that. You feel me? But if it's just some like egotistical thing with him, then no, I can't get with that. I think that we as men, we need to figure out ways. And see, again, this is my thing too. I'm all with, I'm a man myself. I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? I'm a brother. I'm a significant other. You feel me? So I'm all for a man playing his role, but I'm also for a man, doing what's necessary.
Yeah.
If stepping in and giving mom a hand in the earlier stages of life is required, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
These are the things that we got to consider before bringing children in the world anyway. There lies an issue, right? If he's needed in a certain kind of way and he's just not willing to be available because of whatever standards he set for himself or the society has set for him, that's problematic. You feel me? So that's why I say I feel like it depends on the couple. You do
Yeah.
what works for you. You feel me?
Well, just a little more backstory. He did, because I did watch the show, with my old lady, and basically he was saying, like, he told Shashanti beforehand, like, I told you before we even got married, I ain't changing no diapers. Nelly just turned 50 years old, so he told like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. I'll be there for you. I'm rich. I provide for you financially, and I'm not gonna say I can get with it. I just say I can understand it, because I've been on both sides. I've been the father who Monday through Thursday, sometimes through Friday. I got my kids every week. I'm helping them back and forth to school, homework, this and that. But then I'm suffering financially during these times where, because I'm not working, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not focused on my job. I'm focused on these kids. I had a job where I was a supervisor, and I would leave the job early just to be able to get the kids back and forth to the bus stop and pick them up. It was like and then I ended up quitting because it wasn't, so I know the work. And then I seen it before where I'm working a whole lot and I'm not seeing them like that, but my money is right, but my relationship may not be good with them. So
Yep, yep.
it's finding a
Been
perfect
there.
balance. Yeah. It's finding that perfect balance. Like, man, yeah, I'm seeing more money now, but I'm not seeing y'all as much. I'm not, I can't rear you guys. I can't see what you're going on. Like, kids are, whether we realize it or not, sometimes kids are really, they are against telling them what's really going on. Sometimes they shy. They don't tell what's really happening. Sometimes you gotta really pick and pull and try to figure out what's going on. Like so and if you're not around them in a constant way, you're not gonna be able to see that. So I commend, any father that's there all the time, taking what they gotta do for it. But I definitely understand as a man, we put in this position to provide, protect, and ensure our kids can have a nice life. So
And
sometimes
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, just sometimes we got to be outside doing this. Or sometimes we got to like the moment right here. We trying to figure out. We can't have the
Mm-hmm.
kids. My kids on the balcony right now. You supposed to be in
Mm-hmm.
Brazil. They
Mm-hmm.
out. So and we know how it goes. Sometimes as a father, as a man, you just gotta put your position in and provide.
Yeah, and I would say like for Nelly too. I can only imagine for somebody of his stature, somebody who's probably always had things taken care of for him through at least for the last 20 plus years.
Yeah,
Having things people do things for him. I could even understand that along with like him being older. Like it's like yeah, I'm not. I did that before. I'm pretty sure he got other children too, right?
yeah. He got two other
Yeah, yeah,
children. And
yeah,
then he adopted his sister's two
yeah.
children. His sister that died. So
Yeah, so I could kind of like understand it even from that perspective for somebody
he's
like
a
Nelly.
grandfather right now. His oldest
Yeah,
daughter got
yeah,
a
yeah,
baby, same age
yeah.
as his
So I get
baby.
it. Yeah, that's like me too and shit, dog. Wildin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Riley will be actually she got a birthday coming up next month. She'll be 4. Um, and Brazil will be 6 in October. But yeah, no, I can get with it depending on the I mean what's the circumstances. But again, like I said, it depends on your circumstances, you and your relationship because in your relationship you may have a understanding lady. But at
Yeah.
those points in time, and you would think I would have known, right? It took me a long time to kind of like understand it, if I even understood it, like how much the women are going through within that time frame. That like from birth for maybe I'm gonna say the first year after having birth, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's they and especially the older they become, you feel me? And they having children, they going through a lot of different changes emotionally and mentally, bro. So I just feel like those are the things that we gotta consider too before putting our ladies in those positions. Is like, am I going to be available? Am I going to be able to handle her and the baby in that
Yeah.
state? You feel
Right.
me? Like
Yeah.
unless Nelly got unless he could pay for the help that she need, like pay somebody to step into his places, like you should consider those things before we bring the baby into the world. You feel me?
Yeah. No, he talked about some nannies, so he's standing on business. But I got another one for you can get with this or you can't get with that. Trump's
Mm-hmm.
controversial big beautiful bill, whatever the nonsense is called. It actually now it was signed into law this week, and the new proposal, which is the new mandate now, every time a newborn baby is born, they will now get $1,000 put in a savings account. That savings account can now compound and grow interest, and I believe they making get it when they're 18. How do you feel about that? Can you get with this, or you can't get with that?
Absolutely, man. I think anything that's going to be that's set in place to help benefit people, even if it's from like a government standpoint, you know what I'm saying? I could definitely get with it. I'm not saying that people, but again, this is going to kind of like go back to like considering before you have it, right? Because if you can't afford it, then you should consider that, right? But
Right.
however, if these things, if they gonna set things in place that ultimately end up helping people in the long run and
Yeah,
set people up, and it's like all you got to do is just your part.
yeah,
Yeah, I could definitely get with that for sure. But it's
yes.
like we don't want to get out of hand and just like start having unlimited amounts of babies because you like, yo, if I have shit, you do that amount plus that amount and that amount.
Well, you know,
Shit, we be all
now
right in 15 years.
they also increased the child tax credit as well. So now the amount of
Yes,
money that
yes.
you get, those are two things that may, and they want to actually incentivize people to have more kids now because they feel as though with the rate of Americans are having children, we're going to be underpopulated. So they want to implore people to have more children. So you about to see a lot more people popping out these babies for that $1,000
That's
savings
funny as
account.
shit. Yeah, no, I could definitely get with that. That's a good joint. That's a good joint.
Yeah, yeah.
You got another joint? You got another one?
No, what another one is I'm about to whoop somebody's ass because they know I'm recording this podcast and I hear them calling me. Y'all gonna see a dad at work on this live. Day, why are you calling me if you know I'm doing the podcast? You forgot. You gonna forget this ass whooping, all right? You can talk to him like this. All right, I love you. What y'all want? Hurry up. I saved you your pack. You saved me my what? A pack of seaweed? Yep. All right, well, I'm working. Give me some love. I'll see you later. All right. All right. Love you, bro. And stay away from this grill. I love you too. What's up? Why are you making this face? Love you. All right. Let's get back. All right. No, I got a stat of the week now. You know, and thank you, Black Dad Podcast. Thank y'all for watching and tuning in. You know, we are fathers, and this is real life. This shit is not rehearsed, scripted, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get the stat of the week. All right, here's Bella. Got a type of seaweed and shit on her mouth.
Hello. She got
the seaweed and shit on her mouth. Say hi.
seaweed chips. You going on YouTube today? You going on YouTube now?
The stat of the week is regarding rough housing play. So they said the impact of rough play on aggression depends on the father's role during play. When fathers maintain a sensitive leadership role, setting limits, regulating the play, rough play is associated with reduced aggression in children. However, if the fathers are less dominant or allow children to dominate, frequent rough time play can be linked to higher level of physical aggression in children from 2 to 6. So I just want to know, how did you feel about that?
So basically, it's saying if the father, I want to make sure I understood it. So is this saying that when the father is in control or he regulates the aggression of the child is better off? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, basically, when he's maintaining the control of the rough play, he's the one being dominant. The children have less aggression. They have less aggression physically or mentally, emotionally growing up. But if the father is less dominant and the children are the aggressive ones during the rough play, the children have more aggression growing up.
So, all right, cool. So this is what I'll say too. I think both perspectives are pretty interesting, right? Because again, I'm gonna just go back to like everybody is different, man. Some kids need to be aggressive, but under control. Like have like controlled aggression. Like if not, you don't want as a father, you don't want your son to go to school and get pushed around. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to. You know, I don't want my son to be a bully either. You feel me? But I think having that balance between and I would say like from the mother, but even from the father, right? Like having a balance between aggression and like compassion is necessary because I think it's important, especially for young black boys, bro. We talked about it here multiple times, right? It's important for us to know how to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
But I think it's even more important for us to have to know compassion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To know how to control those emotions depending on what the circumstances are. Yeah. We don't want us, you know, when I was young, if I was angry, it was one level, one volume. It wasn't like you depended on what it was that made me mad. I was at a certain level. No, I would go to 10 automatically. Yeah. You feel me? But that came from not having the understanding of how to manage it. So I would just say, like, I think I can see that, like, especially with my sons. You follow me? But again, it's a mix because I'm not raising my sons in the same household. You know, they go back to their moms. that's what it goes back to that original point that we talked about earlier, where like being on that same page, even though we're in two different households, but being on the same accord when raising a child, understanding why I'm as his father, I'm being aggressive with him. Don't let him
Right.
come home to you and tell you, "Oh, my dad's being mean. He made me lift 45-pound weights all afternoon and shit, and then I don't want to do it because they made my arms hurt." So that, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like those are the things that can interfere with the development of a young man's emotional intelligence. But
Yeah.
I agree. But a lot of other things, the route that I chose to take in my answer is basically to say that a lot of other things can factor in and interfere with that development.
I just think people don't realize that a father's presence plays a lot in the aggression or lack thereof aggression of a child. Sometimes a child can be too aggressive. Sometimes a child cannot have enough aggressiveness to them. So I just think how I took from it is a father's presence and the role in which they play in their life leads to lifelong effects of the child's behavior. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's really powerful quotes and statistics. And the more and more I do this, and coming up with this stuff and be finding, the more dumbfounded I am to the fact that there's different things that correlate from one thing to another, like a child's behavior to the presence of a father, or aggressiveness and rough time play. Like, so it's been a very
Yeah,
educational journey.
I'm especially with Kobe, man. I treat Kobe like he a little man, and
Yeah,
and Jazz, me and Jazz together. So, but she'll be looking like, but then I'll tell her like, all right, cool, well, you handle it.
yeah,
And I always end up having to step back in anyway. But that's what I talk about, the balance, because what she offers up is necessary for him.
yeah,
You follow me? But it's like we need a balance on it. Like too much of either is going to be like, I don't need. It's not necessary for me to be rough with him all day, every day.
right,
So
yeah,
I find the time to hug him and love him and let him know that I can, and she'll do the same thing. She'll find the time to discipline him if she need to. So that's
yeah,
what I'm talking about like that balance that's necessary. You know what I mean? You got to have a balance on those things.
yeah. I'm on that same way with with Day because it's like, yeah, he getting up there. He needs that strength, that toughness. Excuse me. He's also a young man who's going through puberty, he's coming to motion with his feelings and things like that. It just recently he called me like he was on vacation before he was about to go on vacation. He just called me, sounded real sad. I'm like, what's wrong? He said, I just was thinking, man, I'm about to be away from you for a week, man. Like I'm just gonna miss you. Like I'm just, and I was like, buddy, it's cool, man. Like go have fun. Like, but it's just that alone. Like I would be a mean person to take away that uniqueness
Yes.
about him. That if I have sensitive things about me. He feels like to have that love for a father. I would be wrong to say, nigga, man up, go ahead, go on vacation, go with your family, and this and that. No,
Mm-hmm.
son, I'm gonna miss you too. I love you. I need to acknowledge that. So we play a role, and I don't think we realize how deep we play a role in our kids' lives. Just listening, hugs, the time spent. Like I'm learning that now. Like when the kids ask, like, "Hey, you want to watch TV?" Shit, I need to take advantage of these moments. This is gonna come a time soon where you older, you ain't gonna want nothing to do with me. You gonna want to be with your
Mm-hmm.
friends, this and that. So I need to enjoy these little moments. Let's enjoy the TV, the moments. Like so, I'm right there, man. Presence is a gift.
They some of the best Jones. They some of the best times, man.
I,
When you get everybody together like that, you can enjoy the simple things. You feel
yeah,
me? Of course, when you go out and you go have fun, and that's gonna be fun regardless. But when you can find like that comfort within like just the regular part of who y'all are,
yeah.
it's some of the best. It's some of the best stuff.
I mean, even just this past, and then we can sit to the next section. But this past, I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, I let the kids put all these forts in the living room. I got tents and stuff. They done
Absolutely,
had
that's a joke.
everybody had a TV to watch. They had a
That's
TV. Bro had a
crazy.
TV play the game. They all
I ain't gonna
underneath
lie, I
this
would have
fort.
loved that.
Bro, I wanted to be underneath too. I'm right underneath too. Then
Yeah.
my black ass, I'm getting hot. We got a fan underneath there with us. Like, so it's just that little stuff like that. Like
Yep.
me being around them like is the best thing in the world. I don't gotta get outside. I ain't gotta be around nobody. I ain't gotta be in no clubs, no shoot, none of that. Like I can just be around them, and that's the best feeling in the world. So
I
that's
agree, man. No,
our
you good.
next topic is our next joint is finish this sentence.
Okay.
If I could have a conversation with my dad, I would say
Nigga. Let me tell you something, nigga. Listen here, motherfucker. I got some shit to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I've ironic enough, I've tried to take that. Like, I'll say this about my biological father, right? Is that, he's a lot older now. We've never had a relationship, honestly, like other than like maybe like when he was in jail when I was younger, like we would talk. But like as far as like what I needed, by the time he was able to like be that or was in a position to be that, I didn't need it.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'll just say because of certain circumstances, it probably wouldn't have happened anyway. However, a lot of damage has been done.
Yeah.
From me to my family. So, and we're affected by it. So I'll say I've made those attempts because I think about this, right? At the end of the day, that's still my father, right? Regardless of the what's happened here, right? I can hate him all I want to, right? Which I don't, but I'm just saying, right?
Yeah.
You can have that mentality all you want to, but my thing is, all it's going to do is eat away at you. All it's going to do is eat away at you. So if he gets to leave Earth, he'll get to leave Earth in peace.
Man.
He ain't have to face like the reality. He might have an idea of what's going on with me and what's really happening with me, but he don't know because he never that door was never open. Yeah. So I tried to create it myself. And my thing is Bull ain't got that in him. He a coward. You know what I'm saying? He don't have like that in him. Yeah. That's what I started to think about myself. Like, he not going to be here for much longer. Yes. I've been carrying around this anger my whole life. Yeah. I don't want to keep carrying it on. I need some type of closure. Yeah. So instead of me suppressing it, because that's all I've been doing my entire life is suppressing it, I said, let me drop a bomb on him. And he couldn't handle it. He too old. He can't. Yeah. He started like, yeah. He can't. So it's just like, you know what I mean? So that's why, like, for me, for my children, if they see this, you know what I'm saying? Whenever they want to talk, they could come to me. Yeah. Right, wrong, or indifferent on my end. One thing I'll never do is shut my children out. I might do some things that might make them upset with me. Cool. But as long as I tell you what the guidelines are to this here relationship, I'm talking to my older children, right? Who they adults. Well, Imani will be 18 this year. What's this year? 25? Should be 17 or 18. Should be 18. And then 7 to 25. Should be 18 this year. Wow. My baby girl, she'll be 18 in November. Wow. However, she'll be graduating next June. All three of my daughters, by then, all three of my daughters have been graduated high school, right? I didn't graduate high school. You feel me? So I'm proud. That makes me proud. But my point is, my children might get mad at, like, my daughter. I haven't talked to Brianna, and I don't know why. We was cool. I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm pretty sure some things have happened in our past. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, that the door is open. Like, if she upset with me now, like, whenever she ready to talk about it, I'll be here. Right. Same thing with Imani. Imani upset with me. You feel me? And, I went through the same thing with my oldest daughter, Shyla. It was years where me and Shyla ain't talked. And, I was angry. She made me a grandpa. I was pissed. You feel me? And I'm like, and she did it when she was young. So it wasn't like, you know what I mean? She did it at what I thought was an inopportune time for everybody, right? But however, my thing is, when it came time for us to talk, bro, the door was open. So that's my whole point, is like, that was like me, like, giving you more context to why I say what I said, why I would say what I say, because I got to walk around with that. I got to walk around with the trauma. I got to walk around with the hurt and figure out how to get it off with me and not pass it on to my children. So I already got it mapped out in my mind that whenever that time comes for me and my daughters, my sons, to have them kind of talks, I'm gonna be there. I'm not gonna be a coward and run away.
Right. No, that's a commendable mindset to have, especially when you done been through what you've been through, and you could have had hate towards the man. You could have, all of that. So that's actually a good mindset to have. For me, man. So, like, my biological father died when I was 2 years old. So I did have an adopted father. Like kind of like with your situation, I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm not sure why the nigga he don't answer the phone calls. I've tried to reach out. So I really the only thing I would kind of say to him right now would just be thank you. Like I appreciate you. You didn't have to step into my life. You didn't have to give me the tools that I have right now to survive. Like one of the greatest things he ever taught me, the best revenge is success. So I don't know what issue he got with me, why the thing is, but for me to get revenge is I'm gonna go and be successful, despite you, without you. Like
Mm.
everything that I got right now in this life, I appreciate you. You giving me the tools, but I'm the one to put the work in. I'm the one that, you may give somebody the tools, but if the person building the house, I didn't build the house. I didn't took care of these kids. I didn't provided for myself. I didn't and it progressed in every level. And I never let my losses stop me. I never let my wins make me feel overconfident. I was always just right then and there. So all I can say is, man, thank you, man. I appreciate everything you did for me. I'm not sure. He got a whole bunch of kids, man. And the kind of the last interaction I kind of had with him and the kids, like, it basically was kind of stating, I've been hated since I've been a kid. Like one of his kids, the lady she told me, one of his kids told me the mom called me the golden child. She been calling me the golden child since I was a little boy. Like
Wow.
why is he doing so much for his child, but it's not really his real children. Like his biological children resented me like for years. Like
Mm.
maybe with the exception of one who like that's my brother. Like I love him to this day. Like. But it's like all the rest of them, they always kind of had a problem with me because I wasn't his biological son. Like, from taking pictures to little smart stuff. He was like, man, I got 6 kids. One of his daughters mumbling under her breath. No, you got 5. Like, just like little smart stuff like that. So I've always, because I've experienced that as a child, and as an adult, like I've been hated my whole life just because of my relationship with him. So because of that, I've never wanted my own kids to be subjected to that. I got an adoptive son, or I've been in his life. I don't never allow my kids to talk bad about him or say like that's your brother, that's
Mm-hmm.
my son the way you my son, that's my child the way y'all my child. So the things that I've been through, they help me be a better person. So all I could do is tell the nigga thank you. Like I don't know what you're going through in life. I could pray for you. I wish you nothing but the best, but I don't harbor no hate. The way I'm gonna get my revenge is to be extremely successful. And you gonna see it, nigga.
Word. 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 I like that.
Gang gang. Hold on. So I got another one. All right. So finish this sentence. Your child that's most likely to put you in the old folks home is
Right now, it'll probably be Sage, my son Sage. Yeah, Sage, because my oldest son, because because how tough I've been on him, I've been tough as shit on him. Just because it's like, so like for Sage, with his mother, he's his mother's baby boy, but for me, he my first son.
yeah.
You follow me? I had 3 daughters, and then I had him. You feel me? And then mind you, so like for me, he's the oldest of the second. I told you my oldest daughters, they be 21. Shyla be 22 this year. This shit is fucking me up. Shyla be 22 this year. Brianna be 21, and Imani be 18. Right. So they my oldest daughters. And then Sage will be he's 11. So like, but then you got Elijah, Brazil, and Jacoby. So Sage is the oldest of the new generation.
Yeah.
So I'm super tough on him. Not only is he my first son, he the leader of the new school. So
Yeah.
I'm super tough on him. But if it would probably,
It'll be him.
I want to tell you none of them, but I would think like based off of where we standing today, it would definitely be Sage. Like, yeah, because I'd be tough. I'd be roughing him up.
So my girls, I know my girls gonna take care of me. But that damn day day, he gonna be like, you know what? My dad, he's simple. He don't need much. Just go ahead and just
Right.
ship him. Like they gonna be
That's
the one. It's gonna be love. He gonna come visit me. He probably gonna be arguing with his sisters, but they gonna be the one to put me up. I know that for a fact. It's
they
gonna be
got
love
that.
though.
Yeah, and now that you give it that kind of like perspective, yeah, they probably all be like, yo, like, yeah, no, dog, I'm not changing his diapers. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not doing it.
Yeah.
They be like, yeah, y'all gotta get some professional help for that.
Yeah, see Bella, I can
Nah,
see Bella having no problem with like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my dad a caregiver. She in control of me
mm-hmm.
right now at 7, so I know she
Mm-hmm.
gonna want to be in control of me when I'm at 77. So that's just her. The girls they love to control you. The boys, They want to go get some ass or something. They're like, my dad ain't about to be in
I
here.
come on here in the back room, yo.
Yeah, come on, man. Come change my diaper.
Yo. Messing up his groove.
Right. So this, all right, this is the last, finish the sentence. And you actually kind of alluded to this earlier. Anger has cost me what in life?
Peace. Respect. Um, something else I can't. It's something else that just won't come to me. But I'll say like peace and respect. You know, I've let anger allow me to do things that has probably caused for people to lose respect for me. You know, they probably still respect like me because respect is due to a dog. But I'm just saying, like, they probably more than likely look at me in a different way because it's like, yo, we expect more from you. You feel me? And peace because your mind get to going. Depending on the circumstances, it's nights where I'm up in the middle of the night because I can't sleep. I'm up for 3-4 hours in the middle of the night and I can't sleep. You feel me? And it's because I'm not really at peace because of whatever. You feel me? But I would say anger has definitely caused me like peace and respect in some cases.
So I definitely sure it's caused me respect, but I say it's caused me progress because every time I've ever displayed copious amounts of anger, I've always my progress has been halted right then and there. Like whatever I've been on, if I'm progressing, as soon as I display that anger, it's halted.
Set you back.
It set me back.
Yeah.
Now I got to figure out. Now I got to work on myself. Now I got to do the work. Now I got to figure out why am I this way? Why am I responding this way? Things of that nature. It's to the point now where you can't even pay me to get upset like that no more. Like I'm serious. My anger has cost me relationships, friendships, love, so many different things that I will never allow my anger to get the best of me anymore because I see the other side of it. If I can control my anger, I'm you master your anger, man. You master your life. But if you let your anger control you, it's gonna be a lot of other things that's gonna control you in life. So
I agree.
I Meek Mill had a good quote, man. He said, I stopped letting people get me upset when I realized that was them having power over me. When you allow somebody to make you upset, they got power over you.
They controlling you. Yep.
And the catch 22 is the people who have the most power over us are the people that we give the weapon, the ammunition to, our loved ones. They know what makes us upset. They know if I got mommy issues. They know if you got daddy issues. They know if you're insecure about your weight, your height, this and that, and they know how to attack you. So it's like this the catch 22 that the people I love most, they're the ones that have the ammunition to hurt me. So I've learned a lot with my anger. It's just slow down, man. Be slow to speak, slow to speak, and quick to listen. Sometimes I get into a moment now. I find myself want to be upset, and I'll say, just relax for a moment. Take back. I'll say Bismillah, which mean just bless me, and my whole mindset would be different. Before, when I'll be sitting and festering over it, thinking about what's making me angry, and it makes me more the fuck angry. Now I'm ready to snap out. Now I'm ready to go. Now I'm ready to like, like you saying, listen, as firm as
Yeah.
that's how
Real
it
shit.
is. Cause you festering over it now, you thinking of something else they just said. Imagine somebody that said, "Hey, yo, you know another thing that I just came to my mind." Like that's you
I know
laughing at me. That
exactly
was
what you
me.
mean.
So, bro, so if we can
Yeah.
control, and even if our kids can watch this years from now, decades from now, and they can see, if you can master your anger, you can master so much in life. Because the
I
anger
agree.
is a sounding point for just like for not progress, not perspective, like you said, not getting love, just based off the things I'm doing out of anger. So, man, I can't tell you how many mistakes I made out of anger, but I can tell you by the grace of God, I've been redeemed every time. I've been allowed to change myself. I've been able to rectify it. I didn't lose too much. There's been times I've cussed out people I love. I put my hands on family members. I did things. I've been arrested. I've been so many different things just from my anger and my aggression. So for the grace of God, for me to be in the position I am now, and for Him to forgive me for all those things. I'm not sitting in no jail cell. I'm not. So it's I get nothing but God the glory because for this story because I could have been somewhere far totally different just based off my anger.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I agree, man. Everything you said applies to me as well, man. I totally agree. I agree 100%. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm batshit crazy, but I'm getting it together. I talked to the lady. I talked to the lady. All right, hold on. Now we getting into
The Man Cave. Brought to you in part by the YBG Network.
the man cave section.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, Top five female singers of all time.
So I gotta go Whitney for sure. Whitney for sure. Um, Tina, Tina Marie, she up there for me. I gotta go Sade.
All
One of
right.
the soulful relaxing voices. I skipped Mariah. I really like Mariah's voice. Mariah is up there.
That's your top
And
five?
I might
You got five?
for me,
That's
yeah.
all
Oh no,
right.
that's four. I got
All
one,
right,
and I
four.
got one more for you. I don't know. I don't want to be cliche. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't want to be cliche and say like the stars of today. So I'm gonna say I'm really a fan of Anita Baker.
All right.
Her voice is really smooth and really soothing for me. So I'm gonna say Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, and this is in no particular order.
Yes.
Mariah Carey, Tina Marie. Who else did I say? I forget who I said. I said, Sade
Sade.
and Anita Baker.
All right. So I got a particular order. So I'm going number
Okay.
five. And I'm surprised she ain't on your list. Lauryn Hill.
What about Lauren? But Lauren does have a nice singing voice. She
Lauren
does.
got Lauren, so I'm gonna go number four. I'm gonna go Sade. Uh,
Absolutely.
Number three, I'm going Mariah. Number two, I'm going Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
And number one, I'm going Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
I feel like Aretha got more hits, more
I forgot
voice.
about it.
Like,
See,
nah.
we went black women, right? But I
Yeah.
forgot about you said Aretha Franklin. That I thought Adele. It's a bunch of people that I
Yeah, oh
like.
yeah, more Adele. Yeah, Adele voice, Celine Dion. Like,
Celine Dion. That's what I was. So that's what I want to ask you: Celine Dion or
Adele?
Whitney Houston? No, Whitney Houston.
I gotta go Whitney.
Yeah,
You say
I
Whitney
think.
sang the way that she sang the Star Spangled Banner, the way she just, if you ever see her, she is at this opera show where she's doing opera, just
Mm-hmm.
playing doing opera. And
Wow.
everybody's like, I'm gonna send it to you after this. When I say like she just playing,
Mm-hmm.
she's in the crowd just playing, and they like sounds like she's a professional opera singer. So yeah, Whitney,
I I
I
think
just love Aretha, but yeah, Whitney is
the
probably
difference
definitely.
between for me the difference between Celine and I think they kind of like are interchangeable, but
Yeah.
the problem is that Whitney can do what Celine does,
Yeah.
but Celine can't do
And
what
do what
Whitney
Whitney,
does.
but nah,
Yeah, yeah,
nah,
yeah,
not at all.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's a
All
nice
right, so
list though. I like that. I like
all
that.
right.
Aretha, rest
Hold
in
on.
peace, Aretha
I got
and
another
Whitney.
one. Hold on. All right. So Bounce TV has elected Ed and Davon to
Mm-hmm.
change to describe their channel. We're going to build the sitcom list. We can get any old black television shows that we want. These are five shows. You
Mm-hmm.
got to pick five shows, and if you do good, they will allow you to do the whole channel every week, every
Okay.
night. So five TV shows that you need that you know the ratings is going to be high.
So I'm going back. I'm going back to my list. That's why I'm going in my phone because I had to go find my list for this one. These are just based off of my own uh preference, and then I think and I can explain to you why also. Um, First I'm gonna do. You familiar with Thea? You remember Thea?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Jason Weaver and Brandy was in that joint, and the little brother.
Mm-hmm.
So I like one thing about Thea. She just always made me feel like she was my mom. She just seemed like the epitome of a single black mom. You feel me? Like the kid, even though they were scared of their mom, they were still getting the nonsense, but they knew that mom ain't play. And that's
Yes.
how she lived. She ruled with an iron fist. And I think despite a man not being there, which is kind of like, what I mean, iffy, but I think being as though that was like my reality during
Yeah.
those times. You feel me? Thea for sure. I just think that she just epitomized what I was growing up around. Rock.
Yes.
I don't know if you got a
For
chance
sure.
to
Yeah, you
watch
did.
Rock,
Yeah, you did send me
but
that.
Rock,
Yeah.
but Rock touched on a lot of like issues, man, and he did it. I didn't realize. I forget the actor's name. He's produced. He even did the not the Wire, but what's the other one? The Corner. You
Yeah.
feel me? He produced that joint and directed that joint. He's always like touched on like inner city issues. You feel
Yeah.
me? And I think that, but also sprinkle like a little bit of like solutions over
Yeah.
top of it too. Like if we gonna get away from this, then we gotta move. And I think that was very important, especially in the early '90s, in the early and mid '90s, or was that mid and late '90s? Probably even more now today. So Rock for sure for me.
Yeah. Rock for
Um,
sure.
I also picked My Brother and Me.
Oh, that was a good one. That was on
Yeah,
Nickelodeon, right?
yeah, My Brother
Yeah.
and Me. The irony about My Brother and Me, I think they said they only had one season,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
joint's super iconic, bro. And it's like it had. I think the thing that stuck out most about My Brother and Me, besides it being like the only black family on Nickelodeon, you feel me, was that they were in tune with the culture.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you got to see like the cool sneakers, the posters on the wall in the room. You feel me? Like they just epitomize like what it was to be cool. Yeah, and what it meant to be like a cool kid in those times. So I would definitely say My Brother and Me. I gotta go old school, so I picked What's Happening. I had gotten to What's Happening with with Rerun and Raj,
Yeah.
Shirley. I got into that. Yeah, me and Jazz was watching that probably like sometime last year, like early last year. But that's the one. That's one of them. Martin was on that. Well, they had a spinoff.
Yeah.
What's Happening Now when they was actually inside of the diner. The first one they was in the house all the time, and then What's Happening Now and they was always at the diner.
Dinah.
You
All
feel
right.
me? But Martin had started out on that John. What's Happening Now, and it just was like it's the same thing for me. Even though it was more like a late '70s, early '80s John. You
Yeah.
feel me? I think it epitomized like the culture, and it was funny. It had the other. It's the I can't think of this chick. I don't know her name, but you know her face. I know you know her face. But she was Raj's girlfriend on there. I'm pretty sure you know Shorty face. I
Yeah.
just can't think of
What
anything
is
else
her
that she
name?
played in. Light skin, tall. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What is her name?
I can't say. Hold on. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. I can't think of her name off top. I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. Give me a second. What's happening? Here she goes. She popped right up. Her name is Anne Marie Johnson, but her name was Nadine on the show.
Nadine. Yeah.
That was her name on the show. Let me see if she played on anything else. Strictly Business. That's the joint I was just telling you about. Did we watch that? I gotta watch that joint. Strictly Business. Yeah,
That
she
what?
like an old like
Tom Cruise.
Strictly Business is with Tommy Davidson and
Tommy Davis.
who's this? Holly Berry.
Oh, you
We
did tell
talked
us
about
about
this
that.
joint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you sucker. So she like kind of like an old school. Yeah, like an old school actress. Yeah,
Right.
none of these joints stick out. All right, and my last joint is sorry, I'm all into the phone. I would go PJs.
PJs. There's
The
some
animated.
animation in there.
Yeah. I would definitely do that. Probably just as like a nice comedic relief because you got a lot of like deep rooted stuff in there as is.
Yeah.
PJs, even though it might not have really been for kids, I don't think none of them Jones like The Simpsons and none of that shit was for kids.
Mm-mm.
But we used to watch it anyway. You feel me? So definitely the PJs. So I got PJs, What's Happening Now, My Brother and Me, Rock, and Thea. Those are my 5.
All right. So I'm gonna start off with we gotta start the morning off with the Cosby Show. I'm
Okay.
gotta get that some fake.
Which era? I don't want to say season, but which era? The entire.
I'm taking all of it. I'm taking the whole thing. I need it all.
I'm sending the kids to college and everything.
Yeah, everything. I need it all.
Word.
Then I'm
Okay.
going to go with Bernie Mac show.
Okay.
America. I feel like them two fathers open you start your day off with them two black fathers. Get your joint going. Then I'm going to go with Sanford and Son. Kids should be at school by the time grandma home watching her old junk, Sanford. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you going to go with Martin, of course.
Okay. I knew
Gotta go
Martin would
Martin.
come from me. I knew you would put Martin on there.
Then I was thinking either sister or another one, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Living Single to get the ladies
Okay.
some running there. So I got the Cosby's, Bernie Mac, Martin, Living Single, and Sanford and Son.
Man, it's so many shows, bro. Like
Keep going.
it's so many different shows to choose from. So when I narrowed down my list, I just kind of like tried to be like as unique as possible. But it's a lot of shows out there, like for sure. You said
Yeah.
Sister, that's a good John.
Yeah.
I was putting my daughter on the Raven. You feel me? It's like so many like black
I
shows out
mean,
there to choose from.
Raven was something else back then. Raven now looks like Manny Fresh. So
Yeah,
I mean,
no. Raven, I don't know who she definitely look like somebody uncle, dog.
I
She
don't
girl.
know. She's in a sunken place. I don't know what happened to that beautiful
What
sister.
what Orlando say about her? She be mad as shit when people ask her what Orlando said.
She looked like Orlando Brown now. Look, shit.
Bop. Nigga said bop.
I love the joint. Like, I want to make love to you. Oh,
Yeah,
Orlando
no,
Brown got a song, bro. That
no,
shit is it's
he
fire.
got some shit. I was just
He's
listening to
talented.
another joint. It was something like I ain't know that my homeboy was in love with a stripper and shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
he got some shit. He definitely talented. He just thrown off. He just a little wacky. He had this rap joint that I was rocking with
Yes.
like 3-4 years ago. Yeah.
Ain't nothing slow with him, man. So let me see what else I got for the man cave. Hold on. Top five superstars to never win an NBA championship.
Woo! To never. So that's going to be limited to only like I'm pretty sure there's some other guys that I'm probably like depending on like who you ask. But based off of my knowledge, I gotta go Karl Malone. The reason why I'm gonna go Karl Malone is because he was like right there. He's like right there getting like shitted on by Jordan. You
Yeah.
know, in the latter years of Jordan. So again, when we talk about Jordan, just to say this, right? I was just old enough. I think that last season of Jordan, what was that, 98?
Yeah.
98, I was 11. I was not awake when that game was on. I fell asleep, bro. I was knocked out.
I
You feel
was.
me? I couldn't even make it to
I
the
was in
fourth
West
quarter.
Philly at the time. I never forget it when he hit the
Yeah.
crossover on Brian
You watch,
Russell.
see, that's crazy. See, I was knocked out. But my point is, I just think that I didn't. I'll just say this for myself that I didn't consume the sport like as a kid, like
Yeah.
how I do as an adult. If that makes
Yeah.
any sense. So I knew Michael Jordan existed, but I probably didn't. I could probably never seen Michael Jordan play 5 times in real time. You
Okay.
follow me? It's just all been highlights. You follow me? However, I gotta say Carmelo because that's like the epitome for me, like of Michael Jordan's greatness right there. Even though he's done so much more,
Yeah.
but like beating the Jazz, the Utah Jazz, and even Carmelo being a Hall of Famer himself and MVP caliber player, and just not being able to get over that hump. Carmelo for sure. And again, no particular order. I'm just freestyling these Jones. Gotta go Chuck. Gotta go Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley, another one who was superb talent. He another one that ran into Jordan.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we gonna be probably naming a lot of niggas that ran into Jordan and shit. You feel me? Like another one. He had his opportunity, but he couldn't get past Jordan. I'm gonna say Reggie, man. I'm still kind of high strung off of the get well soon, Tyrese Halliburton. I'm still kind of burnt out from that. But seeing Reggie a lot lately, during the finals, kind of made me go back. And Reggie had a few opportunities, and he just couldn't get over that. But I think, like, as far as his contributions throughout the game and his career, it definitely puts him in that status of like one of the greats. We got Reggie. I'm gonna go. Who was another one of them start like during that time of people who didn't get a chance to win? I'm gonna say like I'm gonna say Carmelo Anthony.
All right.
I give Carmelo Anthony a hard time, bro, because I was a huge Carmelo fan, but I watched him like just not do shit his whole
Yeah.
career. Like no disrespect, like he could play the game, but I was just telling Jazz like, yo, I've been watching the final. Like, so we talking about consistently in my adult life. I've been watching the finals consistently since at least 2010. Like, not so at least the last 15 years. So you know I'm a big time Bron fan. So that's
Yeah.
LeBron whole finals career right there. But anyhow, Carmelo Anthony, man, that's a big upset. Just not winning a finals. I just think not living up to the hype. He did a lot, like in his professional career. He'll be a Hall of Famer eventually, but I just think like him not winning no championship, it kind of like put an asterisk next to his name and shit. You feel me? He's supposed to at least get one. And lastly, I gotta go Bubba Chuck. He another one who I give. He another one I give a hard time to, dog. Yeah. Because you know I had to. I ain't gonna lie. I caught some Iverson highlights, and it made me like him again. Like not. I like Iverson the person, but the folklore around who Iverson is and people like we was just I'm a fan of the game. Yeah. I'm very aware that Iverson was a cultural icon. He was. Gave us braids, he gave us tattoos, he gave us culture, he gave us rap, he gave us everything. You feel me? And he was nice at what he did. Yeah. You feel me? But he didn't win. Yeah. You feel me? And I think like his attitude got in the way of that. Right. That's like my thing. Like I feel like even when he went to the Pistons, he didn't want to come off the bench. I just think that he was too what do you call those people? Like not like a
he's a prima donna. Prima donna.
Prima donna. That's the one I want to go for. Prima donna, not a diva. Exactly. Yeah, and it hurt his ability to you know, and his style of play. His style of play probably kept him injured and shortened his career too. You feel me? But I think during the times in which he had that, I think his real opportunity outside of Philly. Oh, let's not forget, he teamed up with Melo.
Yeah, but they ain't had no help, man. Come on, it was him and Melo.
It was him and Melo
and J.R. Smith. They it was too much of the ball.
Not Stromile Swift. What's the other nigga name?
That was Kenyon Martin. Swift. Yeah, Kenyon Martin, Stromile.
And they had Swift. Kenyon Martin. They had Nene. But the coach.
Yeah, fucking
no defense. George
Karl. Come on.
No defense. Just go out there and score. And teams, once you get to the playoffs, teams crack down on that shit. You think you're going to score 130 points on us every game? You tripping? We're going to shut that shit down. So nonetheless, my thing was like he definitely. I thought they could have did a lot more in Denver, and I think also when he went to Detroit, and he kind of like them situations just kind of like dwindled. You know what I mean? So we got Carmelo, Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller, Carmelo Anthony, Allen Iverson.
All right, so I'm gonna go through mine. I got Russell Westbrook, D Rose, AI, T Mac, Steve Nash. Nash got 2 MVPs. T Mac revolutionized. He was the next thing from Kobe, like, and the fact that he didn't get it. Then you got AID Rose, the youngest MVP ever.
Injuries, yeah,
like injuries. So, yeah, that was.
I'm gonna say the same thing with T Mac. T Mac was injury, but T Mac. See, we're not gonna let T Mac off the hook.
But I got Grant Hill on there too. Yeah.
Grant Hill, injuries. So people like Grant Hill,
Brandon Roy,
even T Mac. Yeah, those guys, they got injured. Even T Mac was injury prone too, but he did have Yao Ming. Who else did they have on that team? They had
Yao Ming, somebody. Mutombo.
They had Ron Artest 1 year.
They had Rayford Alston. They had
come on.
Yeah, they had a couple people.
Shane Battier. Come on, they was equipped. You feel me? That's why when that thing with T Mac and he was saying, had he been on that 2010 championship team, would he been able to do it? And I looked at who was on there, and it's like, no, because Kobe was able to do it because he Kobe, the kind of leader he is, the kind of like how driven he is, like how he pushes other people to greatness. T Mac is just good. I don't know that he's that kind of leader.
Yeah.
But who else? Who else did you say on there? You said AI,
I
T
said
Mac, D
AI,
Rose
Steve
was injured.
Nash, D Rose, T Mac, Steve Nash, AI, and Westbrook.
Steve Nash now. Steve Nash again, like I said, kind of like Melo and them. He played for that high powered offense. Them niggas ain't played. They still the coach D'Antoni.
Yeah,
He coached Melo.
yeah. In New
No
York.
defense,
Yeah.
just straight offense. You feel me? So
They thinking that
that's
they can
part of
put
the
enough points up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what their problem was.
Gotcha, man. The
Word. What else
last
you got?
question, last joint for the man cave. What was your first concert?
I never been to a concert, bro.
Never been to a
I
concert?
never. Nah, I never been, and I don't. I would go, but I don't. It's not like a bucket list, John. I've been to like live shows, like festival, like type joints, more like, but not like
You
I
never
ain't
been to
never
a
been to like
powerhouse or nothing?
powerhouse. Yeah, no, I never did that. I never did them Jones.
Yeah, my first.
I'm a real for real. I'm a real prude, bro. I don't be doing a lot of shit. You feel me? Like I do like things that I enjoy, but it's a lot of shit that I've never done, yo. I ain't never been
I'm
on
the
no
same
plane.
way. But no, I've been. My first concert was R. Kelly. He came to Powerhouse, and somebody ran on stage to get him. Like he Pied Piper. That was around the
What year?
time where
What
I,
year was?
there's a time where I'm a gigolo with lots of hoes. You know, that was around that time. Him and Nick Cannon, you know, he said,
Throw you get
"Girl,
shit.
you wanna come to my hotel?" That was around that time. So yeah, he was the Pied Piper then.
Doing your thing.
Yeah,
Where
yeah, that was around that time. Yeah, R. Kelly, and then
the
another.
shit we came up off of, man.
Yeah. Then shoot, I saw Puffy when Jay Z came and brought his Jay Z and friends to Powerhouse, and he came with him, Nas, Jay Z, I think
That's
it
a
was
good joint.
50 Cent, Diddy, all of them. So that was like the best of both worlds. That was in I think in 2006. I had just graduated, was graduating from high school. So yeah, that was the
Now,
last.
if I had the opportunity to go to one and I could pick one, it would probably be like a Kanye joint. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Kanye,
yeah,
like
yeah,
one of them classic them joints that already happened, like the joint when he played The Life of Pablo in Madison Square Garden, but he was also like doing a fashion show. I would have loved to been at that type of joint.
yeah,
You feel me? Yeah, but like a
yeah,
Kanye joint where he doing some like live instruments on the beat or doing like live beats. I would love to do that joint, or even like a Sunday service joint. I would love that type joint. You
yeah.
feel me?
That's definitely on my bucket list to see. Kanye, man. God bless my brother, man. Wish you nothing but the best, man. I know you.
He gonna be telling niggas you gotta pay Bitcoin. You gotta get bit. You can't. We ain't accepting cash, bro.
No,
We
no.
only accepting Bitcoin.
I can believe it. But yay, man. Hopefully, come back, get his mind right, man. Just
Let me
wish him.
ask you this before you move on to your I know you got the questions and then we're gonna wrap up, but
I
I
ain't
want
even
to
had no
ask you.
questions. I ain't even had no questions.
Okay.
I couldn't.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
good then. Cool. That's
Yeah.
fine. Well, I mean that's good. You before you move on or before we wrap up, I want to ask you what you feel about this strike, Philadelphia trash strike.
We don't live there no more.
I know,
Wait.
I know, but I want to know what you feel about it. You got family. We got family there.
Yeah,
We from there. That's
I
the
do,
hometown.
man. It's sad that our city is like this. You got Mayor Holiday Hart just making these people just suffer like this, and
Ah,
it's unfortunate, man. And she got it with a COB, a cost of living increase. Of what 3.14%. She's making jokes. That's pie, all the type of shit during the interview. So she doesn't. I don't personally see how y'all elected her.
oh, that's what she meant by that. I thought she was saying something like I thought she was talking math.
No,
She was
no,
talking
no,
numbers.
no. She
She
got
talking
three
about
point.
actual pie.
Yeah, no, no,
Is
no,
that what
no.
she meant? Like,
No, when she got 3.41, she got three point one four
oh, that's
percent increase of her
it's
cost
pie.
of benefit. So she's saying she's like, isn't
I
that
get it.
pie? Like, come
I
on,
get it.
man, this
I
ain't no
get it.
joke
Oh,
right
the
now.
letter pie. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
she
It
thinks
is
she
a
it's
numerology joke. All right, I get
right.
it.
So she playing around, but no, I feel bad for the city, man. I'm looking at the videos from the 4th of July. You got trash being popped over trash cans, and it's just unfortunate. You got people out of work. People just got a job. How are they figuring out how to do the unemployment. It's the middle of the summertime, trash stinking and parks like they got to shut down places where these kids can go to pool at, safe havens where they can go ahead and gather at. Like the city is already in turmoil with the crime, the lack of the lack of resources, the lack of after school activities. So now you're going to add on top of this where people they say I think they say 30% of Philadelphians don't even have cars. So they're telling people
See
to go
that?
ahead and put these trash in their cars and take them somewhere we don't even have cars. So what we supposed to do with this trash? What we supposed to figure out? Like so, the fact that they left these people going through this in the heat wave in the summertime is pay attention to when it comes time to reelect her. Like that's all I can say.
And it's so crazy because, and I don't know how that. I just think that they should definitely just pay them people. People not they
Yeah,
didn't go on strike for fun. They when you go on strike, you know that it's a possibility that it could take some time,
yeah,
and you might not get paid for it. So if they willing to make that kind of sacrifice, then it's clearly for a greater cause.
yeah,
And when you look at the numbers, I seen a John where Bull like laid out his numbers. You feel me? Compared to like his rent. You feel
yeah.
me? So the niggas is just barely making enough to pay their rent. You feel me?
And
Let alone do whatever else they need to do in life. You feel me?
so
So
I don't think they realize. I didn't even cut you off. That it was always their plan to turn Philadelphia into New York Junior. It was
that's
always
that,
them
yo, that's so crazy, bro.
the high ass apartments, the high ass the living downtown. Now you in University City, you paying astronomical rates for houses that used to didn't cost that much. Like that was always the plan for them to be us Philadelphians to be paying high rates of things just to be living in a close condensed area. I don't get it. Like when you can go get into Delaware or Maryland or other places in Pennsylvania, you getting more buck bang for your buck. You getting more land. You getting a backyard. People in Philadelphia have $300,000, $400,000 houses, and they don't even have a driveway. They're parking on the street, or they're figuring out how to park in the back of their house. They don't even have a backyard to play in. But you spending $300,000, $400,000 on that. Like, come on, man. Like it's just I feel like it's
Yeah.
set up to the close conditions. It's set up for us to be upset with each other, going through turmoil and conflict. Like anytime somebody lives on top of somebody that close, it's always going to be some type of form of conflict. So
Yeah, I agree, bro. Yeah, that's John. I say pay them people. And what I'm looking at is who gonna clean that shit up?
they got brothers out there
And
doing it.
no, well, I'm talking about. Well, now they got the big Johns.
Yeah,
So they got people that'll take it to the dumpster for you, but then you got to get the dumpsters off the street. Then you
yeah.
got to
That's
clean that
another thing,
shit up.
right? Yeah, who all
You
gonna
got to
clean
clean that
up
shit up.
everything? I seen one
They gonna
block. It
be
looked like the
backed up.
whole block was blocked off. Like
They gonna be pissed once they get that money. They gonna make them work for that money, bro.
yeah,
They gonna give it to them. But that,
yeah,
another thing they were saying too, like like I seen somebody talking about like like the reason why they went on strike, people undercutting the strike, saying, "Give me $5, $10, I'll take the trash for you." Where the whole point of them going on strike was to like let that shit pile up. You
yeah.
feel me?
Yeah, I seen that
So
this
we'll
one
see. We'll
Muslim
see.
guy, he told him he'll pay $250, he can clean off the whole block. And the people they like, man, y'all messing up our money. Like if you gonna pay $250 to clean off the whole block, what's the point of them even trying to pay us? So no, you absolutely right, man. It's
Yeah, it's a tough joint, but Philly is the city of opportunity. So people gonna get at that dollar if they can. If they see an opportunity to make some money, they
oh
gonna
yeah,
go at it. They
yeah,
ain't gonna just let it sit there.
yeah.
What else you got? You got anything else?
No, man, I ended up this was it. Killed this today, man. I wanna thank everybody for
Word.
subscribing, tapping in.
Yes,
I don't know if
sir.
you got any advice for the kids, how we do. I only advice I got for these kids right now is no, I actually don't got advice for kids. I got advice for parents today. Be mindful of your kids' social media. Pay attention. Go on them phones
Mm-hmm.
while they sleep. Go look through them text messages. Pay attention. These kids ain't always gonna reveal just the way you did when you was a kid. We didn't make to have phones like that or have the access to them. Pay attention. It's so many predators, so many people out here who prey upon these kids. Prey upon kids who just don't have the proper supervision. So go look through the phone, go look through the DMs, the text messages, go see if that's really a child that's messaging your child. Go make sure that your child is not going nowhere they ain't supposed to be going or conversating about things they ain't supposed to be conversating. Because I'm telling you, it takes but 5 minutes, one day, any moment in time for a child to get caught up in something that you spend the rest of your life trying to fix or undo. So just please pay attention to that social media and stuff. That's my biggest advice I could give today.
I like that. I like that. And I agree because you know, with my daughters, you know, I went through that similar thing where, but I was, you know, just even being on top of it is like,
Yeah,
you know, you never know what you might see in there. I like that giving advice to the parents. I'm gonna just say respect the opposing parent, the opposite parent. You know what I'm saying? Fathers, respect your children's mothers. Ladies, respect your children's father. You know what I mean? Whether you together or not, respect is in order. And I think it makes, even when you have disagreements or misunderstandings, it makes it a lot easier to work through those things. And then, which in turn shortens the amount of time that we spend focusing on nonsense, and we can get back to raising our children and making sure that they turn out as best as possible. So
absolutely.
I'm gonna end that off like that and say respect, man. Let's keep the respect at the forefront.
Gang, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in again, man. It's been another episode of the
Yes,
Black
sir.
Hair Podcast. I'm Pascal Rascal. It's Underrated Ed.
This
Thank y'all
is
for tuning
Ed.
in.
Yes, sir.
This is only a test.